Hey trackers, what are we looking at here? Well, this is the outer fruit part of a Pacific Madrone berry. You see the inner part here where there's a hole, that's where the seeds were. But the seeds are all gone. And the interesting thing is I found a whole pile of these in the middle of a trail, just discarded. So I'm trying to determine here which animal would eat the seeds and discard the fruit. Let's look at it. So here's the overall scene. I placed a ruler in there, and those are all the fruit or the husk of the madrone berry, and every one of those has had the seeds removed. And they're all in the middle of a trail. This is a trail used by deer and bears and other species, coyotes, foxes, you name it. A lot of species use this trail. Including birds, which could be one of the culprits here. But why would a bird bring it all back to the same location? Or would it be a squirrel perching on a branch above me, perhaps feeding on these and dropping them? If that were the case, I would sort of expect them to be more scattered on the trail than they are. They're really concentrated right here, and there's nothing above them other than those trees for a squirrel to perch on. So this is quite a mystery. I haven't figured out yet who did this. I don't see any scats other than a whitewash here from a bird scat. So, kind of at a loss here as to who did this. If you know who eats these things and discards the fruit, but eats the seeds, tell me who it is. Otherwise, this is a good mystery, and this is the kind of thing that trackers like. We can try to figure this one out. Who done it? Who ate the madrone seeds and discarded all the fruit in the middle of a trail? Today's mystery track. Okay, the mystery deepens. Slightly further along the trail, I found yet another pile of discarded madrone berries. Nearby it is also a bird scat. So we have two bird scats, one there and one here. So is it possible that our culprit is a bird bringing madrone berries here, opening them up, consuming the seeds, and discarding the fruit? Which bird and why? I do know that we have a significant number of robins hanging around right now, but we have other thrushes as well that hang out here. There's two piles that are smaller underneath here. There's that one and this one right here, underneath the Douglas fir tree. And again, this is a pathway that is on an old abandoned dirt road. It's a rough path used by the wildlife only. And the only evidence I see there is two bird scats. So, could it be a bird? Could it be a robin? Could it be something else? It's a mystery. I'm going to look under this tree. There's a couple of piles there. Under here and right there. So I'm looking under an evergreen huckleberry shrub here, and there are a bunch of discarded fruits under there. They've all been opened, no seeds left. No bird scats right here, but we are not far from the other pile with the bird scats. There's a bird scat right there, that whitewash. There's another pile, a smaller one. And then we come to the big pile, right here. All discarded madrone fruit. Two bird scats surrounding it. There's the first bird scat. A lot of whitewash material there. That's the not the closest one. That's the furthest one from the pile. And here's the second bird scat, which is much closer. It's right next to the pile of discarded seeds. There's the size. And here you can see just opened discarded madrone fruits. Just a little pile of them. And every one of them is missing its seeds. So a large accumulation of discarded fruit like this is not a single deposit. This is something that has been created over time, so it's not necessarily all the same age. And you can tell that by looking at it, that the ones that are on top are the ones that still look whole, and the other ones have kind of broken down and started to decay. It's kind of surprising that other animals are not eating the fruit, but there it is. And it does not look like a scat because it has not been digested, has not gone through the inside of the animal. Here's a close-up. So you can see in close-up that they've been opened, but the only thing missing is the seeds that were inside. The fruit itself is completely intact. They fall apart easily, so it's not hard to do, but you wouldn't need a beak necessarily to do that, but to leave them cut open in half like that, it probably would take a beak or some fine teeth to just sort of surgically remove just the seed only. So if I was to make a guess about this, with the evidence here, I would lean towards bird, because these were transported here. There are no madrone trees right in this immediate area. I'd say, this is all Douglas fir, tan oak, and Monterey pine and evergreen huckleberry. There's no madrone right here. It's not dry enough. So these had to be transported here from up the top of the hill, and at least, I don't know, I'd say minimum distance, 300 yards, probably more. I know there's a lot more madrones at the top of the mountain, but that's closer to a quarter mile. So these had to be transported here. And that alone leads me towards bird. And, the two scats that are here also lead me to suspect that it's a bird. That it's in the middle of the trail and not on a perch. That would be the behavior of any of the thrushes out here, because I commonly see the varied thrushes and the robins on the ground. And, they do feed on things like acorns, at least the varieds do. And I have observed the robins up in the trees getting the fruits. So perhaps they do not consume them on site and just move them somewhere further away, take the seeds out and eat just the seeds. There's a lot of evidence of birds here, indicated by the whitewash from the scats. So that's my top suspect. Still a mystery as to which one, but we're getting closer.